Hi and welcome to today's game. Here it is here. Now I love the Scandi opening, the Scandinavian or the centre counter gambit, which is not really a gambit as I've already said. But here we have, this is a game that I played the other day. My rating's going up and down on chess.com, but here it is for 5 minutes. And 1 minute, well, it's over the 1800 mark, so I'm being honest. So for 1 minute chess or for bullet chess. So here we go. This is the Scandi. Why do I like the Scandi opening? Because I love it for white. So here we go. E4, D5. So my opponent doesn't play it particularly as well as my friend, an expert on this opening, plays it. So my opponent plays the old Queen A5 move, which is not meant to be very good these days. I play B4 here, as I've already shown here a number of times. Nothing wrong with repetition. Queen D8, that's I've seen that before. Usually I just biff the bishop straight away when it happens, and I've just noticed that I haven't seen rook b7, which I noticed, of course, when I was editing this game. I play d4 and my opponent plays e6, and here I just play rook b7. So I've got my pawn back. I'm the one who's given a pawn up, not black. Here we just have an obvious threat of bishop f4 in my lightning game, my 5 minute game, and my opponent plays a bishop d6. And here I play f3, bishop f4, knight f4, bishop f5. Now, I was in this situation. I was thinking, well, what am I going to do now? Because this is looking like, it's not looking like anything much. I could play knight here. Maybe that would be good. In fact, it's probably not bad. But then the king can castle. I could, what else could I play? What would this computer suggest? I don't want to turn the computer on. So what would you play here for white? A little bit naughty, as I played g4, okay? Because I actually want to get the bishop off this e6 pawn. And this is why I played in 5 minute chess. I don't know whether I'd play an actual chess match game, but it's what I played in 5 minute chess. Because I want to get rid of one of these defenders on e6, which is primarily the bishop, and the f7 pawn. Nothing else defends it. Sorry about the whistle. So g4, and my opponent, of course, did not take the pawn. I wouldn't take the pawn, but some people might take the pawn. My opponent went bishop g6. So now what did I play? Realizing I'm out to try and win this game. So what would you play now? Would you play queen here, queen here, queen here, queen here and here also, or rook here, or something like that? What would you play here? Now what I played may be the computer's move too. I have not checked. So I'm going to turn the engine right on now, and I'm going to force it to make a move. Yes, it made my move, bishop e6, and that is the first time I've ever done that. So I played here. Well done if you thought of this idea, because the computer concurs with me, as from Catch Me If You Can, from where Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hanks star with Amy Adams, one of my favourite actresses. So here we've got bishop e6. So this is what I played. I'm not sure what's going on here. I'm going to just do bishop e6. And now my opponent went fe6, of course. Well, what else? If they play queen c8 or something, then I'm just going to look at taking this, and then rook e1 check, and the rest is history after that. I don't know what would happen after that, because my intuition is not turned on right now. But we will notice that the engine's on, so I will turn the engine off. So we'll go back here, and we go bishop e6, fe6. Now, of course, I went knight e6, of course, with a horse. So this, I felt, was very much like my book, not my book, but the book on sacrifices in the Sicilian, which gets called for short Sacs in the Sicilian. So this is very much like the essence of that book, where it has bishop e6 or knight e6 in the Sicilian, and here I've played it in the centre counter gambit. So if I hadn't done this, then black would have had opportunity to castle away and maybe consolidate. I'm not sure how, what would happen. So here we have queen c8, a very good move, because here if I take this, okay, say for instance I just played knight c7 check, then one thing, my knight's sitting loose on here, and also my rook is under attack here from the queen on c8. So here I believe I played rook c7. No, I didn't. I played rook e1, even better. So even better than rook c7 is rook e1, because if queen takes rook, then I merely play knight c5 check, discovered with the rook on e1, and knight takes queen on b7 unless something else happens first. So I played rook e1 here, and this threatens diabolical checks. Now we will notice, of course, that the king cannot castle because it's reaching over a check. It's going over a checked square, a square that is attacked by an opposing enemy piece, namely my knight on e6. So here we have, what do we have now? What would be a good idea for black to play now? We will turn the engine on again, and I will ask the computer what it suggests. Ready? So you can guess what you'd play for black here. What would you play for black here in this position, realizing that there's some activity going on with the queen, with the discovered check sort of setup. So king f7 is Fritz's move for black, and it's probably quite a good move. I don't want to try and play against Fritz. So here my opponent went king f7, did they? Did they go king f7? Maybe they did go king f7. Rook c7. Okay, now back to the white side. Now, so black plays their queen away from this threat too. So if black goes queen e8, then I just have knight g5 check, and rook takes queen next move, regardless of where the king moves. Rook takes, and it's going to be check to the king, and then we'll look after what we're going to do next for white. So here white was met with, I was met with queen a6. So here I've got this position, and I'm thinking, now what? So I play very obvious move, and my opponent tries to wriggle out, but I play an obvious move, which is what? Is it d5? Is it queen e2? No, I don't think so. But if a king was there on c4, I would play queen e2 check and queen takes queen. But what did I play? Well, did I play g5? So we've got d5 just bolstering up that knight on f6. I mean on e6. I'm just looking at the knight on f6 and it's still pointing. So maybe I play d5. Would I play d5? Is it a good move? Well, it's not really. There's one big fault line with this move, is it does something I do not want to have happen. If d5, then I believe that queen b6 check would be a problem, but it might not be too bad. I don't know. So anyway, I play here g5. Okay. Now this is just obviously if the knight moves away, I just take this knight here, and the count is I've got back to equality, but white's got probably a better position because the knight has to go somewhere. Could go here, which is probably what the computer would play if it plays a knight move. But my opponent did not play a knight move. They played bishop f5. And very, very good move. And it's probably what the computer says too. So I'm going to switch off the engine. I'll switch it on. And here we go. Ready, set, go. Yes, my opponent played the right move, according to Fritz 11. So my opponent plays bishop f5. And now what do? I play this d5 move. Okay. So now I'm protecting my knight on e6. I'm attacking this knight on f6. And if this knight moves away, like here or so, then I can just take rook takes knight check, sort of thing. So I'm trying to turn that whistle off for when I'm making an illegal move. Make them often in this YouTube chess channel. So here we have queen b6 check. And I wasn't worried about this, but if I can't move my king to somewhere safe, I would be worried about it. So I just move my king to the side cush. Now, if bishop e6 here, which I think black plays, then I just take here, and then I have to be very careful about what I do next, because all things are hanging, and this rook is hanging. If this knight on e6 is off the board, it's off the board, it's been thrown off by, no, we're not doing that, computer. So here we've got queen b6 check, king h1. So does black play bishop e6? Yes. And of course I take back with the pawn, check. And here comes king g8. Now, so what do I do now? Realizing that this is 5 minutes, of course. So what do I do now? I have a wee tactic here that if I take this knight, if you bear with me, take the knight on f6. Okay, queen takes rook. Yep, very scary looking. f7 check. King f8 only move. And then what do I have? I have a very nice move, e7 check. And now you'll see that I thought that the yeah, I've gone f7. Now I've got this. Okay, I'll show you this. And this is actual game. And then my knight's on pre. I've got to be very careful, but black could probably just be met with this, and it will be probably curtains soon. But what I do here is something that I didn't realise that, funnily enough, I didn't realise that after e7 check, king e7 is not possible, and knight d5 check, picking up the queen on c7, because the pawn is protected by the rook. But here I play here e7 check, and this forces black's hand with king f7. So if we look here, black is actually a whole rook up, other than two pawns. So black is actually a whole rook up here, and queen d5 happens. Now, what should the black king do now? Maybe run here, you might say. Okay, you might say maybe run here. So I believe that if the king moves up to here, I have a very nice response to that move. But it might not be correct, but I believe I've got a very nice response to it. But it might be the computer's move too. Okay, so here we got maybe king g6, I'm thinking. Yes. So I've not looked at this with the computer, of course, but maybe king g6 is better than what my opponent played, which is a little bit sad what my opponent played. So back to the drawing board. I just thought that this is really, really good. If king g6, because I can't play it now, then I thought rook g1, but then the king can go, the king can't go anywhere, can it? I can win the queen after a while, so I could show that maybe if I remember, because I've got a bad memory. So my opponent went king e8, okay? Then I go queen a8, check, of course, and I'm threatening a queen next move. If black moves their king up here, I just queen and it's all finished, even though I said white was a rook down before for 2 pawns. So here it's queen b8. And here I just play queen c6. And here it's pretty sad. My opponent felt the urge to go king f7. But I do feel black's very, very tied up here, because of if the queen comes off the back rank, unless it's here, if the queen comes off the back rank, it's devastating for black after queen c8 and that sort of thing. So here we have a sad move, which is king f7, and so I just take this where I'm threatening queen check and double check, discovery check, all at the same time, and checkmate follows there soon after. So here my opponent went sadly rook e8, and everyone can see you do not get a chocolate fish for seeing this one. The checkmate here for white is easy to see. Queen e6 checkmate. Now I will just go back to queen d5 check, and I will now show you what I see for white after king g6, and I can even put the computer on. I'll put the computer on and I will play against the computer, and I will force the computer to make moves quickly. And here we've got the proverbial oh no, I put the computer on still. 94 is not quite what I was going to do. I was going to play Queen G5 check, and then after King E6 I can go Queen here check. Am I mucking it up? No. And can the king go now to now I want to make the computer move. And here we have the move I'm after is knight d5 check. Yes, I thought the computer would play that, and obviously this, and so that's the end of this game and this session for you today. I hope you enjoyed it, and all the best with your chess no matter where your chess is at. Okay, so that was my side variation, which I didn't do terribly well in, because I would still play this position for black.